Hi friends, it's Peggy Noe from PrettyPaperCards.com. I'm here with my little Yorkshire Terrier Ellie today, and she is in a little sun hat. Can you believe it? It's the 1st of March, and out here in sunny Southern California, it is right now in my area 86 degrees. I can't even believe it. That's right, 86 degrees. I'm going to check right here and make sure I'm live. Okay, we're on. And so I thought, you know, with this kind of warmth, it gets cold in the night though. It does get cold at night. That's the difference between the real summer, it stays hot day and night. But she's got her little spring bonnet on. And I thought, well, it's a perfect time to put her spring bonnet on. She's trying to hug me here. 86 degrees is 86 degrees is pretty warm for March 2nd, but that's where we live, and it's quite lovely, I have to say. Like I said, it'll get cooler tonight, but we thank you that you're with us today. I'm so thankful that you've decided to join us for our live on Facebook and YouTube, and welcome to my YouTube people and my Facebook people. It's so good to see you. She's just gonna, I think, give me a little hug there. She's gonna turn around a bit. How are you? How are you doing? I hope the area where you are is a little bit warm, and the spring is beginning to pop out for you, and maybe some bulbs. I love spring, and I know, let's see, first day of spring is the 20th of this month, but in just about 10 days, 8 days, we're going to have daylight savings time, which I personally really like. She doesn't want to face forward. I'm going to put her here on the craft desk and see if she can sit up and hug me. That's a little bit better. Okay, here we go. So welcome, welcome. There's tons of stuff going on right now at Stampin' Up. Just so much going on, and I have really a lot to tell you today. So I'm going to get started, and the first thing is, every month I have for my customers what's known as a host code, and if you use that host code when you place an order of $50 or more, you get a free gift from me. And so with March coming along, there's a new host code, and the host code is, I've written it in the description. If you're on YouTube, I believe it's below. If you're on Facebook, it's up above. And if you use that host code, it's on the first page when you begin an order. It says something about, do you have a host code, and you put it in there, and you will get a free prize. And I wanted to show you the host code. It's not a prize, it's a gift from me for shopping with me and using the host code. And the gift for the month of March is a package of 40 basic white medium envelopes from Stampin' Up. They're the exact size that work with our cards that I always make. They're called the A2 size. And so if you want it, they're 40 envelopes. And I know some of you use other brand envelopes. Maybe it's the price, I don't know. But if you want a package of 40 envelopes as a free gift from me, just place a $50 order in my online store during the month of March and use that host code that's posted there. And I will send you the middle of the next month that as a gift. Susan, good to see you. Thank you so much for popping on today. So I'm going to actually put Ellie down because we have so much to talk about, and I think she's kind of ready to take her nap with her little sunbonnet on, her little spring bonnet. I'm sure she's going to be wearing that quite a bit in the spring, so I'm going to let her take her nap in her little pink leopard bed with the pink leopard blanket. So now the prize for last week, if you wrote down prize, I'll be awarding it at the end of the day today, so don't let me forget to do that if I do. And let's get started. So what is new? So much happening. Waves of the Ocean collection was just released yesterday. The demonstrators have been able to have it for about a month, and it is beautiful. I'm going to turn you down here so that you can see it. Let me see, I have to do a couple little things here. And I'm going to just turn you down, and because I want to show you the whole Waves of the Ocean collection. so that you know what it is, because there are some things that are only going to be available here for a short time, and for the really until May. The new annual catalog, if you can believe it, begins on May 1st. I think it's May 1st or the 2nd, something like that. It seems like it's just getting earlier all the time. And so this is the Waves of the Ocean collection. It's an early release. This is the stamp set. I've been talking about it. This is the stamp set. This is the die set. And we're going to make cards and projects from this all month long. But I want to let you know, because there are some things that are only while supplies last. Now, the stamp set and the die set are early releases from the annual catalog, so they'll be around in the new annual catalog, and they are beautiful. But the paper, foils, and gems will not. They are only while supplies last, so I want to make sure you know about them. This paper is absolutely gorgeous. It's a process, and I think I put it on my blog today. I used some of the wording from Stampin' Up, where they put paint and they let it flow together. And look how beautiful this paper is. It's absolutely gorgeous. So this is the Designer Series paper, Waves of the Ocean. And these are the beautiful foils that come with it. There are 3 different foils. Look at those gorgeous foils. And like I said, we're going to be using those. I just want to give you a quick, view of them. Here are the gems, jewels. Rhinestone Waves Basic Jewels. So beautiful, so beautiful. I just want you to see those so that you know that I've told you about them, and if they go, if they are sold out, you won't say, Peggy didn't tell us. So I want you to know about all these fabulous things. So this is a new special that went live yesterday. And you can get any of those or all of the items. You can get the whole collection. I'm going to move my camera just a tad. You can get the whole collection for really, it's only I think it's $79 for all of that right now in my online store. Okay, next big thing, a 20% off sale. I hope some of you heard about my 20% off sale. Hi, Marcia, thank you for sharing. Yes, she's cute in her visor. Hi, Allison, good to see you too. Okay, 20% off sale on, guess what? The Mini Boss. Oh my gosh, this little guy, I'm so happy they're putting him on sale. So it's the Mini Stamp and Cut and Emboss machine. It's normally $60, and 20% off I think comes to $48. And you probably always see it open because that's how I use it here. But it closes up to be the cutest little thing, and it just sits on your desk. Personally, I'm finding that I'm using it more and more because it is so handy. You can just keep it right at your desk, and when you're ready to use it, you just pull down the sides like that, and it comes with all the plates that you need. These are the normal plates, and we're going to be using it throughout the day today. And then it has a plate for embossing, mini embossing folders. But okay, the Mini Boss on sale for 20% off, and then 13 different bundles on sale for 20% off. And I think the reason they're on sale is because all of their dies fit in the Mini Boss. I don't have all 13, but the ones I have, I wanted to show you. So this one is the Art Gallery, and these might not be the right dies. I'll have to check that, but it's the Art Gallery stamp set and whatever dies go with it. I don't think these fit in the machine, so I'm a little puzzled, but I'll have to go back and check that. Art Gallery, beautiful set. And one thing, some of these were bundles last year, but they're not bundles anymore, and they brought them back on as bundles, and I think the Art Gallery is one of them. And the one we're going to use today is another one. Garden Wishes is in the current annual catalog, and as a bundle, Garden Wishes, 20% off. Normally a bundle is 10% off, so now they're 20% off. Pansy Patch, this I think is another one that has been brought back as a bundle. You can currently buy the separate items, the stamp set and the dies, but now it's offered at a bundle price, 20% off, so that's really great. I just want you to know what they are, the ones I have anyway. Quiet Meadow, one of my favorites, and we're going to be using these throughout the month so that you can see how they work. Meadow dies, another one of my favorite die sets, 20% off. Sweet as a Peach. Oh my gosh, this is really a favorite. Another 20% off. And Celebrate Sunflowers, I showed a card with that yesterday. I'm going to be posting a card with the Celebrate Sunflowers in another day or so. And these are some of my favorite dies because I love this big sunflower die. And these have been brought back as a bundle because now you have to buy each one separately at full price. So they're bringing them back as a bundle at 20% off. So if you like any of these, scoop them up while you can. Now, the other one, the last one that I personally have that's on sale is Hydrangea Haven, and this is what we're going to use today. This has some of the cutest sentiments and beautiful, the hydrangea is beautiful. And here are the hydrangea dies, and we're going to use a lot of this today. You know, sometimes when things aren't new anymore, I put them to the back, and I'm so happy to pull this out today because this is a beautiful, beautiful set. And here is what we're going to make. Here's the darling card, a little thank you card using the Hydrangea Haven. And we're going to make a fun mini gift card. And this is made out of one of our standard note cards, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So let's get started, okay? Let's get started with our Hydrangea thank you card. And we're going to start out with our standard card base. It's already been scored, and so we're going to fold and burnish so that we make sure we get a nice good folded line there. And I'm going to do some cutting with you today using my paper trimmer. And so I pulled out, as you noticed on the sample, some darling fresh freesia gingham paper. And this paper we need to cut at 4 by 5.5. So here we go. 4. It's really a 12 by 12. For some reason I had this piece left over. So that's 4 by 5.5, right there. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and glue this right onto the front of our card. We'll get started by adhering with multi-purpose glue. And I got out a brand new multi-purpose glue just for today. I love it when it comes out nice and thin, and that's how it is when you start a new container, just like that. Now, a little trick with this particular card, it doesn't have a border on all sides, it only has a border on the left. And I cut it so that it should, I'm just going to move it about because you know how you can move it with your multi-purpose glue. So we're bringing it all the way to the right side edge, and all it has is a 1/4 inch open or place right there where the white shows through. I just thought that would be a little bit different and a little bit, you know, you just have to switch it up a little bit. Okay, now next we're going to stamp our hydrangea. And I've got a big piece of basic white, and we're going to end up die cutting it. The colors we're going to be using today are Granny Apple Green and Fresh Freesia and some Tuxedo Black. But these two colors go so beautifully together. That's what we're going to use today. And we're going to start this stamp set. The Hydrangea Haven stamp set is a 2-step stamp set. If you want to use it that way, you don't totally have to, but if you want to. For example, this is the outline of the hydrangea. And then we have this piece and this piece that you stamp over the outline, and it puts down the color, but it also makes it look a little bit watercolored because it's very, it's not, the color isn't saturated the same way throughout, and it kind of goes over outside the lines a little bit, so it looks very nice and watercolory, which I really like. So what we're going to do is start with our outline, and that we're going to just do the outline in our Tuxedo Black Memento ink. And when you have a big stamp like this one, this uses the big, I think I always look this up, the FE block, and it's really much easier. You can get better coverage with your ink if you go around it like that with the ink pad. And then we're just, I think we could do it this way, don't you? And we're just gonna get that outline just inked there. Isn't that pretty? That's really a very, very pretty hydrangea. Now you can do all kinds of things with it. You like those two colors together. I do too, Marcia. So you could do all kinds of things. You could use Stampin' Blends and color this whole thing in, but because I'm showing you this the stamp set, I want to show you how the leaves and flower goes on. And so this is the fill-in leaf color, and this is the Granny Apple Green. And so what you do is we're just going to, and because it's a photopolymer stamp, it's nice and clear and we can see where we're stamping. So we're just going to hover over and line it up what we think is best, but again, it's supposed to give a watercolor look. So if it doesn't go on just perfectly, it's really okay, because it's supposed to look watercolored. And you see what I mean? It doesn't, I didn't get it on perfectly, but even if I did, it would go off on some of the other edges because that's just the look of it. So now we're going to do the flower, and then we'll cut it out. Here's the flower fill-in part, and here is our fresh freesia. I really do love this color, and I think it's a gorgeous color for spring. Just like that, we'll ink that up, and we're just going to again hover over, but it goes past the stamped image because it's that watercolor look. See what I mean? It's made to do that. That's the way these things are supposed to look these days, I guess. And I like it. I really personally like it. So now we're ready to die cut this with our mini boss. I mean, just looking at that flower is gorgeous, isn't it? Isn't it just the prettiest? First, I need to cut my paper down a little bit because since we're using the mini boss, I think it's only about 4 inches wide, the opening. So we're just going to cut it down like that. And then it's ready to go through the embossing machine. So here's our mini boss, and let's grab our die, and this is the die that cuts the flower out completely. So we're just going to go ahead and put this in. And remember, when you're using the mini boss, you pull back your plates just a tiny, tiny bit. You don't make them completely even. You pull them back just a little bit like that. And then we want to put our die over the area. Let's just see if we can, it's a little bit, I have to look at it straight on. Don't look at any roots or anything, okay? To get it right over that stem of the hydrangea. And then we're going to put our plate over it. I think that's good. And we're going to run it through the mini boss. The more I use this, the more I like it. I'm telling you, I really love the mini boss. Okay, let's see how that came out. Look how pretty that flower is. I mean, I don't even know why I put this in the back of my stamp area where I keep my stamps, because this flower is so gorgeous. And I'm glad I'm bringing it back out. Okay, now as long as we're kind of in a die cutting mood here, I'm going to die cut one other thing that we need for our card. I'm going to use these rain boots dies. And I have a strip here, and I'm going to cut out this strip of diamond shape. I really like it, and I think it looks pretty on this card, so I'm going to bring my little mini boss back in, and we're going to cut that strip from that rain. You know, just pull in any other dies that you like, that you think would look nice. And here I'm putting, you just need one strip of basic white cardstock. You put that die on top, and we'll just get that guy going. There we go. It just has to just pull itself in there. And I really like this strip. I think it's a neat addition to any of our cards. And the fun thing is, if you like little squares or diamonds, look at all these little squares that pop out. Isn't that fun? And look how neat this is. Isn't that just a nice piece? You can use it anywhere. In fact, just talking about it, I'm thinking maybe I should, hi Roz, good to see you. I'm thinking I should maybe just cut a bunch of these, I'm calling them diamond strips. I don't really know what to call them, but just to have them on hand to pull out whenever I want to, because they do look good. Okay, now we're also going to do a little cutting. Let's get everything cut before we go on. And we need a little strip of fresh freesia, and we need a piece of basic white. So I'm going to give you those measurements while I cut them. You like the negative? Yes, yes. Let me pull that negative. Where did I put that negative? Oh, right here. You're right, Allison. That's neat. That is a neat piece. I agree with you. You have good ideas. Okay, so we need a strip of fresh freesia, and this is going to be 1/2 inch wide. And I love the Stampin' Up! Trimmer because, can you see, let me pull it more like this. Here is 1 inch and here is 1 inch. So on either side of the cutting area, you can cut toward this direction for the 1 inch or this direction. When you're doing small bits, it really helps. So here, if I put it on 1/2 inch, it's on 1/2 inch on the other side too. And I really like that because I can really see exactly what I want there. So this is going to be a 1/2 inch piece. Whoops. And it's going to be 1/2 inch by 3.5. I wrote all my measurements down today so that I would know them and seem really smart, like I knew all my numbers. Okay, and now we need a piece of basic white that we're going to actually put our flower on, and this is going to be 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. So we'll go with 2 3/4 here, and 3 3/4 over on this side. Karen, good to see you. This is one of your favorite bundles, Roz? I see, you know, it's just that we've had other new things since we first got it, and I kind of forgot about it, and I totally agree with you. Okay, now we're ready to stamp our little white piece, and what we're going to do is put the tiniest little thank you sentiment in there, and we're going to stamp it with Tuxedo Black Memento ink. And I'll show you the sample again. And you see how we're going to put that little thank you right down there? And the one interesting thing about this little tiny stamp is that it's very forgiving because it's not straight. So kind of you don't have to worry about really stamping it straight because, again, it's kind of forgiving. So we're just going to put it right down here. Look how nice that came out. Just perfect. Leaving lots of room for our beautiful hydrangea. Okay, now I think we're ready to kind of put everything together. Let's see here. Okay, so let's start with this piece. We're going to have this go right down like that. And what I'm going to do is use just the absolute tiniest of little glue dots. Dots of glue. Just little tiny. You don't need much at all. And just, you know, do a tiny bit, and then we'll let it dry just to set up just a few minutes so we don't have any glue coming out and being, you know, taking over the card or anything. When glue comes out, it's never a good idea. So we're just going to let that sit for a few seconds. And then the trick with these is when you put them down, put them straight down and don't move them. Okay? There we go. I'm just going to press it with my hand. And I don't think anything, if anything, came out. That turned out really nice. Okay, now what we're going to do is let's see where we want our white piece, because I'm going to put this strip of fresh freesia right down below the white piece. I'm kind of thinking maybe I should glue it on its own before I put it down. I don't think I did that the last time, but let's do that. Let's just put a little strip of glue right along there. And let's glue this white piece right on. We want some of the fresh freesia to show. In fact, we want quite a bit of it to show. Let's do like this. And I have a bit of glue sticking out there, so I just picked it up with my finger. Okay. Now we know it's going to be placed where we want it to be placed. Okay. And then all we need to do is adhere this on here with Stampin' Dimensionals. So let's go ahead and do that. And there's our glue coming out back here, but it didn't come out on the front, and that's what we want. Like the back of a quilt, where you can see the work back there, but on the front it's just beautiful. That's how we want it to be. You might be able to see the work back here, but the beauty is on the front. So I really love the gingham. I really do. This is from, I think I told you, the Pansy Petals Designer Series paper in the annual catalog. It has this gingham. I think it also has, I think it has a soft succulent gingham and a pale papaya gingham. 3 different ginghams, and I really love them. I like gingham, period. So let's see if we can get this kind of centered there. We'll just push it down. There we go. There's the front of our card, all except our pretty hydrangea. But isn't that, I think it's a great background for our beautiful flower. And we're going to put our beautiful flower right up here, again with Stampin' Dimensionals. And see that watercolor look is very popular right now, and I just think it looks great. I'm just going to put 1 Stampin' Dimensional up there on the flower and 1 on each leaf. That's the nice thing about these leaves, is they're big enough for a full dimensional. Tammy, good to see you. Thank you, Roz. Oh, you have hydrangeas on your patio? They grow much better in huge pots. You know, out here we can grow them, but they have to be in a shaded area because it gets so hot. And I don't really have the perfect area, but I sure would like to. I would really like to, because they are beautiful, beautiful flowers. Okay, let's place that right on there. Isn't that just so pretty? And now we're going to add just a few of the classic matte dots. And these dots come in, I don't know if you can see the difference here, basic white, very vanilla, gray, and black. And I'm just going to scoop up a few, just 3 of the basic white right here. And we're just going to put those on just for a little fun. We all love bling. I know you guys do too. And so we're just going to put a few on here. Let's see, that little guy got upside down. Okay. I think this is a very sweet thank you card. Personally, I have a lot of thank you cards that I send to all of you, my customers. And so I always need thank you cards. And so this is great for me. Okay, now what we're going to do is go ahead and we're going to stamp our inside of our card and our envelope. Our generation loves gingham. I agree with you. Because a lot of clothes were made with that. I totally agree, Roz. A lot of clothes were made with gingham when we were young. And it is just so pretty. So let's stamp the inside of our card with some fresh freesia ink. And this is another one of the stamps in the set that we can do a lot with, but I'm just using it, just a faint little flowers there. I think I kind of need to re-ink my fresh freesia, truthfully. I've used it a lot because I like it so much. And here's the outside of our envelope. Make sure we get it right side up. Just a little touch. It's delicate in a way like our card is delicate. So here's our card. And now we're going to real quick make a tiny gift card. I just wanted to show you another fun thing that you can do with any stamp set, but I wanted to use some other parts of this stamp set to show you other things. So this bundle rather. So this is a mini gift card, and I'm going to show you how to make it. It's kind of fun. So this is one of our note cards, and you know I've even given our note cards away as gifts here on our Facebook and YouTube lives. The note cards you get, I think you get 40 or 20 with 20 envelopes, something like that. And they fold in half. They're already scored. And they go ahead and fold in half, but I'm not going to do it. So this is a small note card and comes with envelopes. But what I'm going to do is cut this note card in half. And the note card itself is 5 inches wide. So we're going to cut it down the center at 2.5. And I'm going to show you what a cute little gift card. You end up with 2 little gift cards. You love the cute little gift card. Yeah, it's really easy to make when you have these note cards because it's already scored for you. And now I don't normally use thick basic white. A lot of people do, but I don't. It is a really nice weight paper for gifts and whatnot. And so when you use the thick basic white, these note cards are thick basic white, and it gives you just a really kind of a little substantial little gift card. Let me press it down one more time because it is thick. There we go. And then we're going to add a piece of Daffodil Delight because yellow and lavender or light purple are beautiful together. Remember some of these things. Another color that goes beautifully with Daffodil Delight or bright yellow is Night of Navy. And if you choose those if you coordinate those colors, you're going to have a beautiful card. So I pulled out my Daffodil Delight. I've already pre-cut it at 3 by 2, and we're just going to go ahead and glue this on, just to show a little different combination that you can do. So we're just going to put that on right in the, just even it out. And these little note cards are, little gift cards rather, are fun because you can just pop this in with, if you're taking a casserole, or maybe you're taking giving cookies, or just anything. You can pop this in. Even a lotion, if you want to give somebody a lotion. We've had such dry weather out here. I need lotion. I want to give everybody lotion. Okay, so now we're going to I wanted to use some different parts of the bundle so that you could see all that the bundle does. So I'm going to get back out my Granny Apple Green, and one of the stamps is a very cute little twosome of leaves with veins, and I really like it. And so I'm going to stamp these little leaves. Isn't that just a cute little leaf right there? Can you see that? And I'm going to stamp another little twosome right down here like that. Oops, that little bottom part didn't come out 100%, but that's okay. We're gonna use some little flowers, so we'll just put a little flower on that. So there is our little leaf, and we're gonna work with that, and then we're going to stamp another little scrap piece with another tiny, tiny, tiny little sentiment that says "for you." It's just the cutest, and we're going to do that out of basic, not basic black, it's Memento Tuxedo Black. And we're just going to put our little "for you" right on there, because I want to show you something I love in this die set. Okay, let's pull our dies out. Look at this super cute little tag. I am nuts about it. Isn't that just cute? And it's going to cut out that little sentiment. I just love it, love it, love it. And I've got, let's see, I've got a small strip. Another die is one here that cuts out little tiny flowers. So we're going to cut some tiny flowers out of our fresh freesia, and we're going to pull back in our little mini boss, and let's get these two things cut out. So here is I want to pull that back just a hair, and there's our little, I just think that tag is too cute. I'm just nuts about it. So cute. Okay, let's run this little guy through. And remember, the mini boss during March is 20% off. And it's not expensive anyway, so it's from 60 down to 48, and you just keep it at your desk. Look how cute that is. Look at that cute little thing. Okay, now we're going to cut our daisies, and we don't need too many. So we're just gonna put our strip right over like that, just to get, we really only need 3 or 4. And we'll run that through. I just have to get that to grab there. There we go. And let's see what daisies this creates. Look at these little daisies, little flowers. Aren't they just darling? I just really think they're so cute. Okay, you can just do this. Just very gently bend your die very gently, and sometimes you can get the little flowers to pop out. Okay, so there they are, all those cute little fresh freesia flowers. And now we're ready to create our card. So now that this is stamped, I'm gonna go ahead and glue it down. Make sure I'm gluing it on the right side. Just a little bit of glue. And put it right in the center. That shows off the Daffodil Delight paper. I think it just, it's kind of a frame, and I think it just makes a nice highlight there. And we could lift the tag up on Stampin' Dimensionals. Let's go ahead and try it, because I didn't do the first one. So we'll do this one. We'll give it a try. Oops. Okay, put a little dimensional back there. I just think this is too cute. And we're just going to center the whole of the tag right over it where the leaves come together like that. Now I pre-cut and tied a tiny little piece of white baker's twine that we can put right here if we want to. The other little tag, I didn't put it there, but let's go ahead and do this. And we're going to use some mini glue dots, and there's a little mini glue dot right in there. We are working with small things today. These are tiny little things here. And that is sticking on my fingernail. And one way to access your glue dots is to press the item you are gluing, that you're using to glue it down. You press that little bow right on the glue dot, and then take them both off together. If I can do it. There we go. And so the glue dot is adhered to the item that you're going to glue. Okay, so we're just going to, I think I'm going to put it this way so you can read the words. I'm just going to go ahead and put it right on like that. And sometimes it'll help keep the little baker's twine down too. It'll grab onto that, which I think it's doing. There, that's pretty cute, isn't it? And then we have our adorable little flowers. So you really can't even see where I didn't get enough ink right there, but you really can't even see it. Hi, Diane. Good to see you, though. We're almost finished, yeah. I know, so many flowers at once, right, Allison? And so for these little flowers, all you need is seriously, the tiniest dot of glue. There we go. That is just a tiny dot of glue. And then we're just going to put them around just to add that fresh freesia color there. Because I think it's such a pretty color with the yellow. And just to give, we could put jewels if we wanted to, or gems. But I just think these flowers are so cute, and I wanted to show you how all that these dies do. I just think they're fabulous dies. So you've got the tag, you've got the little flowers, you've got the hydrangea, and we'll explore here in a minute. We'll see what else. There we go, and there's your little tag. Well, it's not a tag, it's a mini gift card made from a note card. And where's our card? Here's the card that we made. all from this bundle. And let's take a look back now at these dies. So we use this die right here to cut our entire hydrangea. We use the little tag die. Here's a cute label die. Here's a die for the leaves. Here, the leaves we use is used on the mini gift card. Dies if you want to actually cut out the hydrangea flowers. And these two dies go on these flowers right here. And in addition, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 sentiments. It's 22 stamps in all in this stamp set. It's a really great bundle, and I hope you like seeing all the things that it can do. Now, let's get into our prizes. Okay, our prize from last week. I'm glad you love San Diego Roz, because we love it too. Okay, so our prize from last week was a bag of ribbons. Remember the bag of ribbons? And the winner of the bag of ribbons, we had a lot of people enter, was Sharon Milburn. And Sharon, I don't see you on here today, but if I looked and I do not have your address. So Sharon, you've got 2 weeks from today, and it's March 2nd, to get your address to me, and I will send these to you. You can message me, you can email me at peggy@prettypapercards.com. You can message me through Facebook, any way that, or right here as a comment. You can, any way you can, get me your address so that I can send these to you. And then after 2 weeks, it'll go back into my, I have a fun little pink drawer where I keep all my prizes. You know it'd be pink, don't you? Yeah. Okay, let me bring you back here. Okay, there we go. So, Sharon Milburn, get back to me. And the prize for this coming week, I already showed you, I think, is a package of basic white, no, the basic white envelopes. Sorry, these are my host code gift. I wondered about that. I thought, oh, that's my host code gift. I'm just kidding. I'm at the end of the live, and so I'm thinking about all kinds of things. So the gift prize for this week for the Wednesday Facebook and YouTube Live is gold holly leaves. And these are still available, but I have an extra set of gold holly leaves, which are absolutely beautiful. They're flat, easy to mail, and I was going to keep them for myself for next Christmas, but I decided to give them to you guys. So gold holly leaves is the prize this week. So if you want the gold holly leaves, comment both on Facebook and YouTube, put the comment prize, and you'll be entered to win. And then next Wednesday, right before I go on the air, I do the random number generator for all the names, and you'll have a chance to win the darling gold holly leaves. Okay, you guys, I hope you have a nice rest of your week. Thank you so much for stopping by, and be sure to take advantage of the 20% off sale. It really is a great sale. So I'll see you Friday.